Hello everyone. Peace and blessings. Welcome back to the Rose Garden. Today we will be diving into the root chakra. I feel like I have a favorite chakra. Not sure why. But I think my favorite chakra is the root chakra because for me, it's very important. It's very important to be grounded. And if you haven't had a chance to watch my first chakra video, I'll definitely tag it in this video and in the description below because that video is where I give you the definition of the Sanskrit word for chakra, which is basically an energy wheel. And I dive a little bit deeper into that. And I also talk about the throat chakra, which is a video that did so well. I got so much feedback and I'm still in awe of that video because I was so nervous to do that video because I stutter and it was just really weird to talk about because it's something that I try to hide even though I can't because I stutter, and I just don't like talking about it. It's something I was ashamed of, and that video did so well, and so many people came to me either saying, one, they want to learn more about chakras and they feel that that video gave them a better understanding of what a chakra is, and also I got people that were like, I too struggle with stuttering, or I know somebody that stutters and I didn't know much about it. So that in itself meant the world to me. And my gratitude is giving you more content on chakras, okay? So, like I said, we're talking about the root chakra today. So, as you know, there are seven main chakras that everybody talk about, and it is root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, okay? And it starts from the root of your pelvic floor all the way to the crown of your head. So if you wanted to identify your root chakra, you pretty much would want to start below your pelvic area, and right at your pelvic area if you want to just feel like you're being very, very specific. And also you can kind of point it out at your tailbone as well. So either, where your pelvic area is, or a little bit below, or the base of your tailbone. That is a pretty good indicator just to get a feel or a general idea of where your root chakra is, okay? So if you're like, well, why is the root chakra important, or why are chakras important, period? Chakras give you a good idea of why you're agitated, angry, sensitive, irritable, upset, and also it gives you a general idea of why you may be feeling ill, or why something is hurting you or aching you. And I say that because we can be physically ill and spiritually ill. And if you're sick physically, that means that something is off spiritually in your life. And that's why when you're sick, that is a call to slow down and go within and reflect and take care of yourself, because there are spiritual parasites. There are people that drain your energy. There are people that will send you their energy, because we receive energy from one another. It's a proven fact lately. So with that, we have to be mindful of touching people, touching things, and just the entire atmosphere, because there can be spiritual germs as well, okay? Let's just be real about that. So with the root chakra governs security and survival instincts on top of that. So survival needs and survival instincts, that is what the root chakra governs. So when we're talking about survival needs, where we are talking about, one, the basic necessities: food, water, shelter, and clothing, okay? Those are the four basic needs. So We feel most secure and most grounded and at ease when we have our own space. That is the main thing that we hear people talk about when they say, "Oh, I just need peace. I just need my own space." And for the most part, when you have your own space, you can pretty much move how you want to. You can find your better routine of how you like to do things, and you find that you are indeed a little bit more productive when you have your own space. Of course, food. We have to have nourishment. Oftentimes, when we haven't had the proper water intake, the proper food intake, we are irritable, nasty. Of course, you get sick because your body doesn't have enough nutrients to fight off all of those nasty germs and diseases and other weird stuff that can get in your system with today's present society, right? Of course, water. It is a proven fact. You have to have water no matter what, okay? You need liquids in your body. Now, the root chakra also governs trust. Trust is a very, very big part of security. If you can't trust anybody, if you can't trust yourself, if you're just in a place of unknownness, because the fear of the unknown is real. If you don't know what's going on, if you don't know if you can trust somebody or that situation, then you will be uneasy. That is a very, very big thing. And that is because the root chakra is what governs fight or flight. I'm sure we've heard of that concept of, wanting to stick something out, trying to fight to the end, knowing that something is worth fighting for, knowing, that it's worth having, or saying, okay, F it, I'm over it, I'm done. That is what the root chakra governs. So either we are super, super anxious or super, super confident. That is the logistics of the root chakra. So oftentimes we will know when our root chakra is unbalanced very, very easily, okay? It's pretty prevalent. It's either two extremes with the root chakra. You will either run into somebody that is a workaholic, like all they do is work. They have very, very strict deadlines. They aren't somebody that's fun to work with because it's their way or the highway. They take over those projects, things of that nature. Like they're just when you work with them, it's just like dude. And then on the other hand, it is somebody that has zero drive. They have all these ideas. They have wonderful ideas, wonderful goals, or they may be a little unrealistic. Who knows? But they just can't seem to get the job done. There is zero drive. There is zero motivation. There is zero get up and go. Either way it go, the person will be extremely stressed or extremely laxy-daisy and just like whatever. Also, sometimes somebody that has a unbalanced chakra, they can be angry and they have very, very high anxiety. They worry a lot. They have to have control of the situation, the narrative. So they have a very, very, like I said earlier, very, very strict plan, and that has to follow through or else everything will pretty much crumble. And with that, they can seem very restless. Either they're up all night and can maybe sleep through the day, or they're just on the go all the time. There is no balance either way it goes. Also, with a unbalanced root chakra, there's no security. And don't get me wrong, somebody that has a unbalanced root chakra, they will not look the same and they probably won't act the same because things look different for each person. But as you talk to somebody that has a unbalanced root chakra, you will begin to know, because they will say things like, I'm always tired, I have no drive. Or they'll say things like, I just need my own space, I can't do anything, I can't move, I just really need my own space so that I can move like I want to. Now, oftentimes, somebody like that can, go from having no drive to being in overdrive. They jump from one extreme of the spectrum to another because they haven't mastered that aspect of balancing work and life, because of the fact that they just came from a situation where they, one, didn't have their own space, two, they didn't have the drive, they didn't have the motivation, not so many great ideas, because of the fact that they lacked the direction in how to pretty much move through life and trying to figure out what works best for them. So when they find that, they'll go to the other extreme, which is always working, always in overdrive, and all they talk about is work, because that's what's on their pretty much mind. That's pretty much what is on their mind, because again, they aren't balanced. Also, something that goes with drive is oftentimes somebody that has a unbalanced root chakra, they will have a very low sex drive because their mind isn't in the right place. And that's simply because when your root chakra is out of balance, that pretty much makes your sacral chakra excuse me, out of balance as well, because you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor, because you pretty much really don't know your direction yet. You just know that you have to work, you have to figure it out, because things aren't in a alignment that you would like. And that's pretty much what throws off your root chakra, is the aspect that you aren't secure in your present situation. That's all that a root chakra boils down to, is not being secure or confident enough in your present situation. And because of that, it throws everything off balance, including your sex drive, because you can't enjoy anything because your mind is constantly going, or your mind isn't going enough, in a sense, so you just are uncomfortable and uneasy. Either way, it pretty much goes. And another indicator that your root chakra would be off balance is when you have kidney problems, and also your lower back and spine. You'll be in pain, because that is an area that your root chakra governs, is bladder, kidney, lower back, and spine. So if you have little aches and pains and things like that in one or more of those areas, then that's a key indicator to ask yourself, am I enjoying where I am in life? Do I feel confident? Am I all over the place? Is my house cluttered? Is my mind cluttered? Am I constantly worrying and wondering about work or security or finances? Because again, that's what the root chakra is all about: finances, security, being able to support yourself. So if you have those aches and pains and things of that nature, then that's a time to pull back and be like, okay, what do I need to get in order? Because you could be spot on. And something that a lot of you may be asking is, okay, well, if my root chakra is unbalanced, well, then how can I balance my root chakra? Like, what's the, like, like, what's the solution for all of this? And the solution for it's a little bit more simple than a lot of people may like to think. So one of the best ways to get grounded, because that's what the root chakra is asking you to do. It is asking you to ground yourself. What does that mean? Grounding means to plug in. Get in tune with yourself. Focus. Be aware of everything that's happening in your life. So it's asking you to drown out the outward and pull it in, literally. Reel all of that stuff in. So one of the best ways to ground down and balance your root chakra is to declutter your space. So for all of the people that are like, I don't have my own space, I live with my parents, I have a roommate, I live with a sibling, whatever, not having your own space, it does not matter. Because oftentimes than others, somebody that doesn't have their own space, they treat it as such, meaning that they're still living out of their suitcase. They don't put enough initiative in cleaning up the room or the area that they have, because in their mind it's not meant to be temporary, it's not mine, so I really don't have to. I'm just going to push stuff in a corner, I'm going to shove stuff in a drawer, I'm going to hide it so I don't have to deal with it. No, declutter your space, because when you declutter your space, that is when you can create a space to plan, to do some work, to do some research, to meditate, to pray. Whatever it is that you would like to do or need to do, you need to create a space. So the first aspect of creating a space is to declutter your space. Get your stuff together, okay? That is the most important thing to do. Next, when you declutter your space, if this is something that you are into, or if it is something that you would like to get into, saging the space, getting Palo Santo wood. What's the difference? Sage is a light way to get out any stuff from past relationships, past situations, anything that's negative that is still holding you back, like fear, judgment, like any negative energy that you are bringing into your space. That is your time to clear it out. So sage is more of a lighter way of getting it out, but it has a very strong smell to most people. I like the smell of it, but I like incense as well. Also, Palo Santo wood, another great way to cleanse your space. Now, Palo Santo wood has a lighter scent. However, the intention in the smoke from the Palo Santo wood is like, get out now. You are not welcome. I need you out of here and don't come back. That's the difference. Sage, strong smell, lightly. It's like, okay, I need all of this stuff out. And Palo Santo wood, very light smell, but intention is get out of here. I command you to leave. There's no room for any of this. You can use both. Some people like to start off with the Palo Santo wood and then lighten up. Run it back. Some people like to start off with sage to start it off because the scent of it makes you think, okay, I am getting everything out of here. Now, mind you, one isn't better than the other, so you can use both. Start off with the strong scent, get everything out of there, and then backdoor with the Palo Santo wood to lighten up the smell of your space and carry out that intention fully. Also, going from saging your space to sometimes getting out of those confinements of those four walls or that uncomfortable space that you're in and spending time in nature. That is something that I prefer. Like when I'm working with clients, I always try to tell them to spend time in nature. And also that requires you to spend time off of your phone, because oftentimes social media allows people to live in this illusion of everybody's doing so great and I'm not doing this, and it can influence you to follow the wave when in actuality you want to create your wave. It's great to pull inspiration, but sometimes we get consumed in what other people are doing to where we don't have enough time to clear our space and just ask ourselves, what do I like to do? What do I want to do the most? What are my priorities? What do I need to handle first? And then how will everything fall in alignment after that? So, spending time in nature, turning your phone off or turning it on silent, turning off all notifications, nothing. Do not disturb, okay? Something, but no vibration, no stimulation from the phone. Spending time out in nature, just clearing your space and breathing, listening to your breath, and just paying attention to all the things that matter to you, from the way the wind blows to the birds, whatever it is. Just find time away from your phone, away from gadgets and gadgets, and take a mental cleanse. So once you declutter your space, cleanse your space, get out of your space and clear your head, okay? Very, very big thing. Also, something you can do is sage or Palo Santo yourself to remove any negative energy that is sticking to you, any just having the visual of the smoke cleansing you. Very good way to align yourself, okay? Also, a great way to balance your root chakra is practicing accountability, learning the art of accountability. What does that mean? Planner. I live and preach planner. Start marking out what you need to do in your day, making mental notes for when bills are due, when your deadlines are. Even having that planner be a tracker for what it is that you need to do. So creating a timeline of when a certain project needs to be done, when you would like things to be done. Just having those reminders in your life of when things are due, need to be done, things of that nature. Also, keeping track of your accomplishments, because oftentimes we have this bad habit of feeling like we aren't doing enough, and that can throw your root chakra out of whack, because you are bringing stress and anxiety on yourself, because you're putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. So having the art of acknowledging practicing the art of acknowledging your accomplishments, telling yourself, okay, I did do this, I did do that. So in a way, you are practicing accountability, but also you know that you are creating progress, and that is a big thing for root chakra. Progress. Always knowing that you are doing good, but knowing that you can of course do better, but knowing that you're on the right track. The root chakra is all about moving from a place of lacking to a place of abundance. So if we're in a constant state of always feeling like we don't have enough money, we don't have enough space, we don't have enough time, we don't have enough of this and that or whatever, then we won't be motivated, or we will overwork ourselves because we always need more. Again, those two extremes of the spectrum. One perspective can take you from one extreme to the other. It's all about where you are and how you like to move. So if we're always in a place of constant lacking, then we won't be able to ever realize our progress and how much we've done in our accomplishments. And because of that, we will never be happy. We will never be happy or satisfied. That's what I was looking for, satisfied. We will never be satisfied. So because of that, we will never feel like we have an abundance of whatever it may be. So having a consistent routine, or having some type of consistency, keeping that going, will make all of the difference. And a way to be consistent is tracking your progress. That is the best consistency in my opinion, because you see the consistent flow of progression, and that should be all that matters. because oftentimes we overwork or feel as though we aren't doing enough or just have no drive is because we feel like we're always stagnant. But sometimes being stagnant is only, or sometimes being stagnant only means that we are in a familiar place. Now, it doesn't mean that we are physically in the same place, but this position feels the same. So either we freak out and it's like, oh my God, we have to be full speed ahead, or we get comfortable and complacent. So in those places, so in that time of feeling stagnant, that is a call to reflect and ask yourself, okay, what have I done? And again, what is it that I need to do? Or how can I make something different or flip something? So in trying to keep the root chakra balanced, be consistent in some way, shape, or form, and remain active, but practice the art of going into nature or just simply unplugging from the world to gain a different perspective from everybody else. And ask yourself, why do I feel stuck? Why do I feel like I'm lacking? What have I done? What haven't I done? Or do I just simply need a break because I've been overworking for so long? Now, if you are somebody that doesn't have that drive, plan. Find your passion. What is it that you've always wanted to do? What is it that as a child you couldn't get enough of because it just made you extremely happy, and that carried over into a certain part of your adulthood? Or maybe it's still prevalent, but you feel as though you can't take it serious because you don't know how to turn that into a career or side hustle. Go within, declutter, figure some things out. That is the root chakra. If you have any more questions, comment, concerns, if you just simply want to know more, definitely ask me. What I'm going to do is in the description, if you are interested in crystals, I will definitely put in the description below crystals that are great for your root chakra. Okay, I will drop that in the description below, and I will also explain why. If that is something that you would like for me to go deeper into, I will definitely do that for you as well in a video or maybe in a vlog on my website. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and don't forget to subscribe to www.rgvyoga. And I send out e-blast every week with a weekly mantra and how to go deeper. Also on my website, I am still selling my book Past the Vibe, so check that out as well. There is apparel on the website right now, so definitely purchase that and continue to support. And we have some awesome events in the works. Check out the website for all of the information on those events and how you can sign up. And check out Instagram as well, which I will be tagging in the description below. Peace and blessings, family.